Ever since I was little, my mom has been my superhero. Throughout my entire life, she's been my inspiration, support, and number one fan. From helping me with my homework, even after a grueling 12-hour shift at the hospital, to coming to every single one of my gymnastics showcases, I've always known that I'm a priority in her life. She was the only one in my life that taught me I'm deserving of respect and capable of doing amazing things as long as I put my mind to it. She has showed me that through thick and thin, we'll always come out okay in the end. I can honestly say that I would not be where I am today without her influence. That is why when my mom was diagnosed with cervical cancer, my whole world came crashing down. I was too young to understand the first time, but I knew something was wrong. My parents would have heated, whispered conversations behind closed doors. Ones they said were just grown-up talk. Several days a week, Mom would leave early for work or come home late, and her hugs were without the immense loving strength I had always known. She appeared more and more run down as weeks went by. Her face looked different, I thought, but I wasn't quite able to discern what it was. It was thinner, almost gaunt now. After several months of the weak, weary smiles, the mood in our home shifted once more, and everything went back to normal. It wasn't until years later, when my mom was diagnosed with cervical cancer for the second time, that everything finally clicked. Earlier this year, my mom saw a doctor for hip pain she'd been having for months. She thought she'd injured it while working the ER as a nurse, but due to lack of insurance from switching jobs, she waited for a long time before she was able to see a doctor. She was a busy woman, a single mother of 3 now, that needed to work more than a few hours of overtime to make ends meet. Even when I begged her to take care of herself first, for once, she continued putting aside her own needs, postponing any appointments she needed to make with a doctor. After months of this, she finally agreed that the pain was too much to continue ignoring, hoping therapy or steroids would help. A routine CT of her hip showed a part of something much worse, a melon-sized tumor in her abdomen. After a rigorous regimen of scans, blood work, and consults with specialists, my mom was scheduled for surgery to have the tumor and several organs removed, including part of her colon. Every time the thought of her surgery crossed my mind, tears would well up in my eyes until I couldn't see. My entire family was on edge, not only thinking about my mother's health, but how we were going to be able to afford our bills with the breadwinner on extended medical leave. But that was only if the worst didn't happen. She was the strongest person I had ever met, so there was no way she could be knocked down, not even by this. I refused to think about what would happen if my mother, my rock, died. Fortunately for us, the surgery went well. We were able to breathe a collective sigh of relief as soon as the surgeon walked through the door, smile on his face. He answered every question I had painstakingly selected for him, though they all came out frenzied and disorganized from my nervousness. It has been a long road to recovery since then. My family has been grateful for every challenging step of the way. We know that unlike many others, we're lucky. Despite not detecting the cancer very early on, we were able to buy enough time to pursue treatment before things became much worse. I'm now passionate about people seeking medical attention as soon as possible. My mom's story is only one of many, and hers is one of the few that has a happy ending. It is so important to regularly see a physician for checkups, obtain recommended screening tests like mammograms, and make appointments to follow up for any concerns you have about your health. It could save your life.